Hey everybody, I'm Darian, and thanks for stopping in the Piston Broke YouTube channel. Today I'm going to do something that I usually never do, a straightforward informal video, and talk about something that I'm just super excited about. That is the Skydio 2 drone. I was fortunate enough to get on the batch 1 order list for this drone. I've got one of the first ones in Canada, and just the time that I spent looking at all the videos online from the guys that were in early development stages, I knew I instantly needed to have this thing because it was going to change the way that we were able to make videos here on this channel and really everybody else in the channel. So if you're not familiar with the drone, basically it's the newest thing on the market. It's got some absolutely insane specifications on what it's able to do, the self-flying, the avoidance, and the tracking, paired along with the controller and the beacon, and you've got basically one drone that can do it all for you. And if you want to be filmed or if you want to do some filming and you're by yourself, it doesn't matter. It'll go ahead and it'll track you like nothing else on the market. So I'm going to go ahead and skip forward to a video that I made the day that I got it. I needed to try it. I got it charged up and came home after a day of work and got it to follow the truck. As you can see in that video, just the tracking and how it centers the truck in the frame is absolutely mind-blowing. The smooth transitions, the radiuses that it's able to turn and how it can follow the truck, and then just pulling into the yard there at the end, the obstacle avoidance, centering itself in the frame and flying directly overhead. Needless to say, my mind was blown. Definitely sold. It was worth the wait. So happy that I got this thing, giving me a big boost of self-confidence in what this thing can really do. I was a little leery, not knowing, being used to other drones and my other stuff, my DJI stuff and my race drone and that sort of thing. Like, you're got to be in control. The DJI, being that it's so stable, it does lock itself in position with the help of GPS, so that's an easy thing to use. But with this, it navigates, it flies through things that you just don't think it should, but it does it, and it does it with ease, giving you a very, very boost of confidence in the use of it. So I did let my guard down. I was a little apprehensive at first, but after the few flights that I did have with it, I did put all my trust into the drone. And well, here's what happened. I wanted to get out and I wanted to go for a ride. I wanted to do a nice scenic ride with the new Skydio 2. I wanted to get some footage of the UTVs, the side-by-side, and I wanted to go ripping. Unfortunately, it seemed a little off right in the beginning, and unfortunately, it ended up crashing. Here's the result. Everything else on the drone is perfectly fine. It still operates, it still turns on, it still communicates with the phone. It does say it's got a gimbal issue, and that's quite apparent. What happened was it was tracking me. I'll go ahead and I'll start the video of the crash sequence, and you can go ahead and follow along. All right, so I'm just taking it off. I'm flying it at the lake. There's my dad centered in the frame, and when I'm hooking it up, I'm getting my phone set up. It's connected to the beacon and it's connected to my phone, but it decided that it was going to track my dad instead. So I'm just getting him to come over and have a look on the phone, because this kind of stuff just absolutely blows him away. So told him to follow him. He decides that he's going to go for a little bit of a walk, and yeah, it starts to track him, no problems whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the video, and we'll get to when I get into the UTV and start to drive it away. There I am, getting my rear GoPro mount hooked up onto the back of the Bandit, and just hopping in the UTV and gonna go for a tour, gonna go for a rip and try and get some amazing footage. It was not wanting to hook onto me for a little bit. I don't know what I did. I just disconnected it and then reconnected it, and it was following me no problem. So we're gonna start going, and this is where I start to find something's a little off, something's a little bit weird. It's tracking me no problem. It's got a huge area to follow me, and then it decides just to go right into this set of trees right off the bat. Now it is hooked onto me with the GPS beacon and on visual track, so I don't know exactly what's going on there. Right here, it can't find me. It's trying to struggle. It's just hooked up to the GPS unit at this time, and it's trying to locate me. So I end up throwing the machine into reverse, backing up so it can get a visual lock on me, and yeah, we just kind of go from here. Once I get the drone locked back onto me and I'm driving back down the road, I'm going to immediately turn left onto the go towards the lake. Now, I don't know if I'm just being optimistic or the drone is actually doing what I'm thinking that it's doing, but you can see that it stays left. Now, on the right-hand side of the video, you can see where I paused it, the trees. There is a poplar tree with very thin branches outreaching, and the drone decides to keep itself in a safe distance from those. Now, even at this point paused, you can see the guide wires in the video. You can see that visually, you can see them from this perspective. Moving forward, the drone decides to start to drift right to avoid more branches on the left-hand side. The branches are about level where the side-by-side is, and it starts to push itself right to clear those obstacles. But for reasons unknown, after it clears them, it keeps at a steady elevation and flies directly into those guide wires. Now, I reached out to a friend of mine that actually does work for Sask Power, and I asked him, I was like, what are the diameter of those lines? I was assuming they were around 3/4 of an inch to an inch. He said it was pretty hard to say because they do vary in sizes. The bottom, he figured, was a power, or not a power line, a phone line, which usually is about 3/4 of an inch diameter, and then the middle would be the power, and it is wrapped. He figured that would be at least 1 to 2 inch diameter. I was thinking more like 7/8, but regardless, as for guidelines for the Skydio 2, it can't detect objects around 1/2 of an inch. Now those tree branches that were reaching out, a lot smaller than 1/2 inch, these were pretty clear as day. I think it should have avoided it, but at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? Needless to say, I am upset. I'm not trying to make this video to persuade anyone or any reason that, you know, I'm deserving of a new drone. Regardless, I filled out the paperwork or wrote an email, sent the flight logs, sent photos, and I'm packing this thing up to send out first thing in the morning to get it back to Skydio, because, well, I do have some races that I want to be able to use this drone. I don't know if it's going to come back in time. That's pretty well a big stretch, but I'm hoping that we're able to get it resolved. Like I say, I'm just a nobody, a hick from central Canada up in the middle of nowhere with about 350-ish subscribers, so I'm not trying to throw my weight around because I honestly have none. I'm very happy with how the drone has performed in the past. Unfortunately, this is my 3rd flight with it, and it did crash and is catastrophically broken where I can't use it anymore. So I'm hoping we're able to get something figured out. I really hope that I'm able to get this drone back. I'm excited for the future of this drone and the things that I'm able to do with it, but right now, it sucks. I wasn't a fan of how I kind of ended the video. It does suck. It's unfortunate that the drone did get damaged, it did get wrecked, but at the end of the day, shit happens. I'm staying it off, it is getting fixed, and I'm going to get it back, and I'm going to be using it a lot on this channel. I'm really excited on the things I'm able to bring with it and the things I'm able to do with it, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff that'll, you know, majority of people won't be. So I'm looking forward to the future and what happens. The drone got wrecked. It sucks, but it is what it is. Guys, if you found this video, if you like this video or you found it useful, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and share it with some of your friends. And hopefully, coming into the future, we'll be able to go on a ride together. Cheers.